Welcome to First Congregational Church in Guilford, Connecticut, where we say whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. On this Sunday, we will celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In that spirit, hear now some words from his I Have a Dream speech. This is a book that is lovely in illustrations and reminds us of this. I say to you today, my friends, that even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men, women, people are created equal. Dear ones, we're still struggling with that dream today, to remember that all are created equal. We work diligently to try to provide equity in our world. Today's service will focus on that aspect of giving and receiving and working together in ministry and welcoming all people from various parts of life into a society in which we all can be treated as equals and live with equity. As we continue talking about that this morning, I'm going to invite you now to open hands and hearts and minds, to take a deep breath in and to breathe out, to breathe in the breath of God and to truly breathe out the love of God, promising that we as people of faith will do our part to make everyone feel welcomed and wanted in this world, that we, people of faith, will look at our own privileges or the ways that we are in charge of systems, understand their brokenness, and move toward ways to be not just inclusive, certainly not tolerant or accepting, but to be equitable in our ways of living out our faith in this world. Amen.
Hi, I'm Debbie Rotolo, the Director of Children and Families, and for today's 10:16 moment, I have chosen Mark 12, verse 41 through 44, the story of the widow and the two mites. And this is what it says. Sitting across from the offering box, Jesus was observing how the crowd tossed money in the collection. Many of the rich were making large contributions. One poor widow came up and put in 2 small coins, a measly 2 cents. Jesus called the disciples over and said, "The truth is that this poor widow gave more to the collection than all the others put together. All the others gave what they will never miss. She extravagantly gave what she couldn't afford. She gave her all." The 2 small coins in this passage were called mites. They were the smallest and least valuable coins in Jesus' day, worth about 6 minutes of a Jewish worker's wage during that time in history. In this story, Jesus contrasts the offerings of the rich, its arrogance and show, and the offering of the poor widow, her sacrifice and her love. She had given everything. This Bible story came alive to me a few weeks ago. It was my birthday, December 21st, 4 days before Christmas. We had eaten cake and I had opened gift cards and gifts, and everybody had been so generous to me. When all of a sudden my youngest grandson, JJ, who was 5 years old, wanting to be part of the giving, went running down the hall, grabbed something from his room, and came running back completely out of breath, holding this thing behind his back. Grinning from ear to ear, he said, "Grammy, I have a gift for you." He was practically bursting. He was so excited. What could it be? I tried to guess. Is it a stuffed animal, a football card? I didn't know. Then JJ held out his hand, and in it was a crumpled dollar bill, 2 dimes, and 2 pennies, which I have in my hand, $1.22. And he said, "Grammy, it's all I have." Then he fell into my arms with the longest, deepest hug. That moment caught in my throat. It was certainly the best gift of the day. It may be the best gift and most memorable of my life. $1.22, because it was all the money he had, and it was all about his heart. Jesus said, "The truth is that this poor widow gave more to the collection than all the others put together. All the others gave what they'll never miss. She gave extravagantly what she couldn't afford. She gave her all." The words giving, cheerful, and gracious describe the heart of God, the kind of heart that runs towards and falls in God's arms, wanting to give all we have. May that kind of heart beat inside each one of us as we extravagantly give in every way this day. May it be so.
Thank you, Debbie. And truly we give. We give if we're rich or poor or somewhere in between. We give of our time, talent, and we also give of our resources. Now, as Rev Dr. Sandra Weins comes forward, she'll talk about one of the ways our church specifically gives and receives through prison ministry.
One of the things that our church has been doing for the past 5+ years is support the New Lifestyles Empowerment Group and the New Lifestyles Women. I'll give you the mission statement of this organization. Our mission is to empower women through community and mentorship to overcome life's challenges. We do this by supporting women in breaking the cycle of self-destructive behaviors, managing interpersonal relationships, and building self-sufficiency, all to reach a place of complete wellness. So this organization is in the city of New Haven, and New Haven has numerous resources available for at-risk women, but some of the gaps are supported by New Lifestyles for women. Some people need support while they're on waiting lists, and this organization offers them warmth and food. The program duration and therapeutic needs for women at risk relapse of over a period of time. The organization supports them with groups about recovery. One of the things that the group has been doing over the past few years since COVID, they provided 22 COVID-19 outreach events over the past 2 years. They've provided 96 empowerment lounge workshops where facilitators talk about recovery, they talk about how to cope in the community, and before COVID, these events were in person, and now they are over Zoom. Because the Zoom was new technology for this organization, our church supported them by providing Chromebooks and Wi-Fi boosters so that anyone who didn't have access, who was homeless, didn't have access to Wi-Fi or internet, our church helped support their ministry. The group is all people who have lived the walk of the women that they are supporting. So they are angels to each other, and we learn a lot from them.
Thank you, Sandy, and we are so excited that in worship this morning we are welcoming representatives from New Lifestyles into worship with us so we can celebrate with them and can continue in community with each other, learning from each other, and we're so grateful for Sandy taking leadership in that relationship. This morning I also want to close the pre-music part of our worship with a prayer. This was written by Reverend Micah Busey, and he wrote a prayer every day in 2020 and had them all published. And so this prayer is entitled For Our Collective Breath. May you steady us in the present moment, reminding us that we are part of a movement that is always larger than any one of us and still needs every one of us. One that transcends victory or defeat, one that has room for rage, our grief, our joy. May your in and out rhythms model ways for us to both take responsibility and let go. Ways for us both to offer what we have to give and welcome what others have to offer. May you nudge us toward solidarity that will buoy us up and transform worry into transformative possibility. And may you give us hope that our participation and cooperation are constantly contributing to a future that has breath and hope to spare. Amen. And so now I will come towards you to move the camera for Bill to provide us some music.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day has become a day of service. This is a song that was often sung at civil rights marches. It was originally known as like the Black National Anthem. So as we sing this going out, think about how this might inform your march. Where are you marching on this Martin Luther King Sunday? Where are you going to demonstrate? Where are you going to do service? And let this be your song as we go forward.
March on.